Welcome back to the Diabetic Diet Show. Today we're going to make stuffed peppers with Italian sausage, spinach, onions, garlic, and 3 different types of cheeses. And of course, to get the complete recipe for everything that we cook, you'll find that at the website jamestdds.blogspot.com. So blogspot.com, and it's the initials of the Diabetic Diet Show. Using a little paring knife, I'm just cutting this out. Brings out the top like this. I pitch it in the trash. I give it a little rinse. I have the oven already preheated to 400 degrees, and you can use a conventional oven or you can use an oven like this. I'm using the New Wave, so it's all preheated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase my time. I'm going to go down to 12 minutes, and then you hit this and it shows you the temperature that you're cooking at. So I'm cooking 400 for 12 minutes. I'm just going to cook these a little bit just to get them started. Okay, this is the spinach we're going to use. It's frozen. Okay, I'm going to take and put it in the microwave to thaw. It's pretty simple according to the directions. Now let's go ahead and cut up our sausage. Now this Italian sausage is already pre-cooked. It makes cooking the menu a little bit faster when you do it this way. Very good. Just like that. Let me grab a pan. Okay, here's the pan we're going to use. Just going to throw a load of oil in here. A little bit of olive oil. Grab a scraper. Throw this in. Then I'm going to cut down each side. Just like that. So by cutting on the flat, it's safer when you're cutting things. You don't want the center anyway, the core. Okay. Now I'm just going to coarse chop these just for this leg of the journey. Bags are pretty neat, how the bag opens up when it's done. I'm going to put it in here and cook it with this sausage at the end. Okay, there we go. Pretty good. For the garlic, I'm just going to cut off the ends. And the paper is going to start to come off. Now, raw garlic is not all that delicious. Okay, so this garlic has to be cooked. Okay, this thing works pretty well. Pretty happy. It also breaks the paper off when you use this like this, so you can literally just pull the paper out. So it's kind of neat. Okay, so we have our garlic is ready. I've started to heat this up a little bit. It's time to put in some more ingredients. Here's the tomatoes. Here's my basil. Put it in your hands, kind of excite it, wake it up a little bit. Like that. I'm going to throw it back on the stove. I'm going to put a little bit more olive oil in it. Now, I got my spinach. I just took it out of the microwave. It's all hot. I opened it up. I have it all set, ready to go. So I'm going to grab this and a pot holder because it's hot. I'm going to take it in and dump it in the pan. We have sausage, onions, spinach. I didn't put the garlic in yet, so I can go ahead and put the garlic in now. I'm going to leave the garlic up on the top. That way it'll be furthest away from the heat, but it can start to get working. Throw it back on the stove. This is what it looks like. I let it cook for about 10 minutes. Just enough to get everything started. Okay, so that's what we have so far. These are done. Let's get them out of here. So we kind of soften them up a little bit. Now, let's load them up. This is the easy fun part, and then I'm going to put cheese on them last. So you can make these with cheese or without cheese, and I am just putting the last spoonful in, just like that. This little rubber thing is pretty nice. This came with the New Wave oven. Doesn't seem to be overly hot. I would still wear either the silicone gloves or the UGG gloves when handling them. Just in case you hit a hot spot, you don't want to drop these. That would be a bummer. Okay, we're going to put it in. Okay, let's do the cheese now. So the first thing I have is the Reggiano. So I just need to get this open. Just like that. I like to cut off the wax. And shred. Using my aluminum foils that I promote all the time. So nice. Just take the cheese, put it in there, roll it up like that, throw it back in the refrigerator. This is the Parmesan. This is leftover from the pasta that we did the other day. Okay, back in the foil. Now, here's our cheese. I'm going to take and just put it in this container for now. Having these things, these tools, these are just invaluable. Okay, now I'm going to clean up and then I'm going to get the salads ready. Let's do the salads. I have 2 bowls. I have the little mini cucumber, last one left over from last week's. I picked up a new one, got delivered yesterday. I like to get them wrapped like this. They just seem to work and last better. So I'm just going to take the cucumber, cut it in half like that once, and then put my hands behind it. I'm going to cut it a second time. So I got the wedge like that. Let's do it again. Put that right like that. Okay, there's my 2 wedges. Now I'm just going to take and cut this up. Probably should use a scraper. It's probably safer than using a knife for something other than cutting. It's kind of like everybody always hurts themselves trying to use a screwdriver for a pry bar. Celery. Cut up the celery. Generally when I get my order, I cut everything all up. My celery, I cut it in 2 containers. I do 1 container which is chopped like this, and I use this on top of my stovetop stuffing and salads and things like that. And then I have another one where I cut them long that I use them for other things. Okay. Here is the brand new carrots. Let it dry, then I can vacuum. It's kind of how it is in a restaurant in the kitchen. There you go. I always leave little bits so I don't hurt my fingers. Okay, here's the carrots. Nice pile. Carrots. All this stuff's a little strong. So you don't want to use a real lot of it. So that's plenty for a salad for 2 people. The other day when I made the pasta, I broke this and pulled out the lettuce out of the center. I'm going to go back into the center and pull out the fresh lettuce. That's what's nice about lettuce. It's not an overly expensive item. Okay, there we go. Give this a little toss. Your little Italian toss. Just like that. Very good. Lastly, Italian seasoning. It's just a mix. I'm going to put some on like this. And then I'm going to clean up here a little bit. And next I'm going to make a special raspberry vinaigrette. Let's finish up the salad. So here we go with some tomatoes. Not too many, just about 4 tomatoes. That's plenty. Now, let's talk about the raspberry vinaigrette. I bought raspberry syrup. It's been in the refrigerator. Probably should have took it out, let it warm up a little bit. It would probably pour a little easier. Let's just see how it pours. Okay, looking pretty good. I'm going to put in about that much in the bottom. And taste it. Tastes good. Okay. If you want all the measurements and exact recipes, just go to our website, which is jamestdds.blogspot.com. So if you go to the blogspot.com, you should find us. This is probably a good time to tell you. Be a good thing. If you want to see more of these videos, click on the subscribe button. Also click on the bell. When we drop a new video, you'll get notified. Okay? And if you subscribe, I'll get you the ingredients and the measurements. Okay? So here we go. Now, red wine vinegar. We're going to put in some red wine vinegar next. And to make it easy, I'm going to pop the top off this. I put in as much vinegar as I had strawberry. I matched that exact. Next, I'm going to take the lid for this. I'm going to turn it upside down. And I'm going to put a little bit of mustard, powdered mustard in here. So I'm just going to sprinkle some of this in here. And I'm sprinkling it in the lid. It's not coming out very fast, so it might look like I'm putting a lot in. I'm really not. Okay. That works fairly well. Now, I need some white vinegar. So I'm just going to put a little bit of white vinegar. This is distilled white vinegar. It kind of goes a long way, so don't put a lot of that in. Now, oil. Today for oil, I'm using lemon olive oil. You want twice as much oil as you do vinegar. And you can see the difference in the color between each thing. Okay, that's the whole bottle, it's gone. Very good. Now I take this lid, put it on here. I make a mess when I cook, that's half the fun. Put my finger on top like this and then shake. Delicious. Absolutely wonderful. Let's take out the peppers. Let's see how they look. Get on the gloves. Power. Pull them out. They look cooked. I don't have to worry about checking these with the thermometer because the meat was pre-cooked. So we should be all set. I think all we got to do is just plate it up. And between this and the salads, This will be a good meal. That's our show for today. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button and click the bell so when we drop a new video, you'll get notified. Goodbye for now.